How do you deal with like hate?
I think it is very telling that one of Nick's main questions to Kim Kardashian is that. So ever since that incident a few weeks back in Vegas when the Easter Island statue face stripper tried to become famous on the internet by claiming Nick was at a strip club and I guess being a cheater by doing that, although text messages later proved that he wasn't even getting lap dances when she posted said picture, Nick has been getting such hate on the internet since then, and the Love Island fandom is doing nothing but trying to find anything against Nick, or at least the haters in the Love Island fandom. The thing is here that Nick is going through it, I think, and I really can't blame him for feeling some kind of way, and I really can't blame him and Olandria for kind of trying to not be in the spotlight together so much lately because of all this blowback they've been getting from hate and hatred. But because they haven't been seen together the last month, and they weren't seen together, they didn't spend Thanksgiving together, all these rumors have been going around that they broke up. This really blew up after the whole stripper incident. Well, it took 12-year-old Northwest, the daughter of Kim Kardashian and Kanye West, to really get to the bottom of this for people on the internet to maybe shut up about it. Nick has been doing his Skims Christmas campaign where he was playing the hot Santa in these viral videos for the Skims brand, and he was on set with Kim Kardashian over the weekend, and it was posted where I guess Northwest wanted to talk to Nick, or I think Northwest was more so hoping to see Nick and Olandria together, but he confirmed to Northwest after being asked that he and Olandria are still together.
I gotta bring Olandria next time.
Did you break up with Olandria?
No, I didn't. It's Nicolandria 4L.
He did not break up with Olandria. Now there's a lot of layers here that I kind of want to dissect. First of all, the fact that a 12-year-old knows so much about a Love Island couple says a lot about what's been happening on the internet the past 2 seasons with this show. I think because of TikTok, Love Island got so popular on TikTok, and all these teenagers have become a part of the fan base. Teenagers that know jack shit about love, first of all, but don't really know how to handle all of these dynamics in a mature way, I would say. And that is why it's become such a heated, immature fan base for the past 2 years. It got so popular on TikTok. These teens have taken hold. They make all these videos on TikTok. And the hate for some of these people, some of these couples, only grows from there. So that was the first thing that this whole thing made me think about. Now, to go along with said hate, everyone's talking about the moment here where Northwest asked Nick if he broke up with Olandria, and he said no, they're together for life, very NWO-ish. But the bigger thing that I saw posted from this interaction between Nick and Kim Kardashian was a video of him asking how she deals with the hate. I think it is very telling that one of Nick's main questions to Kim Kardashian is that. Because yes, she is another individual that has to deal with a lot of hate. Anyone that becomes an influencer, becomes super popular on social media, does have a lot of hate that they have to deal with. And for people on Love Island, it's kind of instant. You go on this show, you come out, suddenly you are these influencers on social media, and some of the most popular people in the country, at least for a few months, if not for a long time. And Nick and Olandria becoming the it couple from that season, they've really been rocketed into the spotlight here. Kim K's advice was when she was first becoming popular, you know, she had to deal with MySpace. It wasn't that big, and she used to respond to all the messages she used to get there. But now there's just too many people, and how can you really deal with all of that? Something I did love from this too is that Nick kind of basically admitted to having burner accounts, and he will get people back on his burner accounts. So I'm glad that Nick is able to at least get his get backs at people on social media from his burner accounts. Another thing about Nick, though, is that he's a Pisces, and as a fellow Pisces, I understand why this was his question to Kim Kardashian. You know, we get this reputation for being sensitive. I like to think I have a thick skin, at least. I'm old, though. These days, you know, I get comments here on YouTube sometimes, especially when I do videos on Podcast Bros. There are no bigger weak-ass bitches than Joe Rogan stands. They're the biggest crybabies out there. I like poking at them, though, so maybe that's why it doesn't bother me so much. But when I was younger, I was certainly more sensitive. And I get where Nick is coming from, having to deal with this hate constantly. Like, if I was way more popular and getting way more hate because of that, it might take a toll on my mental health, too. I mean, it has to. You have to, I guess, come up with a way to ignore it. And I think that's what Kim Kardashian was telling him here. And I think Olandria is going through the same thing. They both get all of this hate, and Nick asking this question is a clear sign that they are trying to learn how to deal with it. And that is maybe why they are being so private about their actual interactions together right now. Because it has to be a lot for that to be a constant thing. And for Nick especially, these past few weeks, everyone wants to dissect every little thing he does, every person he follows. It really does get to a point where it becomes absurd. And the fact is that Nick and Olandria don't just get this hate because they are the it couple. They're getting all these deals with people, brand deals galore for both of them. Olandria just got an award from Harvard. People are hating seeing these two folks shine. But the other big issue is they're getting this hate because they're an interracial couple. And a popular interracial couple. And they get it from both sides. That is why I see so much hate, in my opinion. Because you got the white side that low-key, a lot of these teeny boppers and these younger people are attracted to Nick, and they think that he doesn't actually have these real feelings for Olandria, or that he's not attracted to Olandria. And that is their way of kind of being basically racist. But on the other side, there is a big black fan base that wanted Shelly and Ace to be the it black couple like Serena and Cordell, and little Gary Coleman Ace. That was never going to happen for him. Like, that was just they were never going to be the next Serena and Cordell because Ace was so unlikable, and then Shelly got a bad edit. It was never going to work out for them. But they too project a lot of feelings onto the Nick and Olandria relationship because Nick is a white man. It comes from both sides. They get so much hate that people on Reddit have created a new subreddit away from the main Love Island USA subreddit. They put an underscore after it, and it's quite literally just a subreddit to hate on Nick and Olandria. Because Nick and Olandria became so popular on the main subreddit, they decided they needed a new subreddit just to hate on Nick and Olandria. That is how ridiculous the hate has become, and magnified even more over the past couple months, really the past few weeks now. And yet the show ended over the summer. The show ended 5 months ago. It's insane. It's insane. And I'm sad that Nick has to ask Kim Kardashian how she deals with the hate because he's trying to figure his way around it too. And I know Olandria is dealing with the same thing. And I hope some of that hate will subside. I mean, it will when the new Love Island season starts over the summer. They get new targets to target with the hate. And some people will deserve it, but most won't, unfortunately. That is the way these reality shows go with social media these days. But I still wish the best for Nick and Olandria. And Nick said they're for life right now. So we'll see if that is actually the case or not. But they do still seem to be going strong. And even Northwest is happy about that.